Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss life path number 3 and how its compatibility works with the other life path numbers. So with life path number 3, this is represented, of course, by Jupiter. Life path 3 is the king of groups, communication, writing, speaking, teaching. All of these threes, everything to do with expansion, has a lot to do with the number 3, and it makes them very, very powerful people. Excuse the alarm, guys. I'm not sure what's going on out here. But this does make people very, very powerful when they have the number 3, especially as a life path. This leads to fame, fortune, and a lot of great artistic abilities that can lead to those given things, fame and fortune. So who you actually end up becoming and who you end up being with is going to have a major, major impact on your life. So with life path 3, you've kind of already discussed the numbers 1 and 2. Life path 3 and 1 get along beautifully because they're both kind of independent. They both have a lot of stress resiliency and they want to explore and expand. So that works well. Life path 3 with life path 2 is not the best. Life path 3 with 1 works great, but life path 3 with 2, not so much. When you get life path 3 with 2, you get the person that more so wants one-on-one dynamics. They're more emotional, volatile. And then you get the 3 that they just don't really need just one other person. They like to have group dynamics and they really, really prefer to be within a group, but they're not that attached to the said group. They just do things with them, and but they're very, very powerful even on their own. They're very similar to the number 1 in that respect. Next one that I want to discuss that's going to be new to you guys is life path 3 with life path 3. This is the ultimate kind of dynamic duo. In a relationship concept, they work very well together. Unless something very stressful happens, they might not communicate about it. They have a little bit of issues there. They may just try to take action on their own. When you have a friendship, it works very, very well. They can become famous together. The companionship really definitely works. They just naturally get each other. You'll find that like best friends that are life path 3s will last a lifetime. And I actually do know a couple of people that do have those life paths. And yeah, they've been friends since grade 1, kindergarten. So it's worked well for them. When it comes to business, very well. It can work in a very efficient way if they have the same interests, and usually they do. Most life path 3s have some sort of interest in the arts. So if they find another comrade who's a life path 3 that wants to go into business with them, they can definitely get done a lot, and they have a lot of good luck that comes with that. So their business will expand very, very quickly. Moving along, we have life path 3 with life path number 4. This is not the best combination. Reason being is the life path 4 is all about processes and making sure that their life is very structured, and they get stressed if things don't go according to that said structure. Whereas the life path 3 will more so want to just live in the moment. They don't need that said structure. If bad things happen, if plans don't go as they kind of want it to go, they can just move on from that and then do something else. The 4, not so much. They need to be rigid. They need to be more so like really on it. So that can have a bit of a problem for them. That's going to be the major problem if they have a relationship. They're just not going to understand each other's viewpoints. Friendship-wise, it could work if they don't see each other that often. And then for business, it won't work at all, just because the different viewpoints and conceptions that you guys' minds are going to have, it just simply will not work the best. The only way is if the life path 4 is a very artistic person themselves, and that would particularly mean that they must have like a 6 or a 3 as their expression number. That gives them that sort of artistic bent to then deal with a life path 3 on the regular. All right. Next is life path 3 with life path 5. This is a pretty good one as well, because the life path 5 is represented by Mercury, fastest moving planet in our known universe. It's all about adventure and really exploring. Just like the 3 is the biggest planet in the universe and really known for its expansion and wanting to be powerful and famous and noticed and get that recognition. So when you get these two combinations together, they do end up going a lot of voyages. Overseas business can be a possibility, import-export businesses, and anything to do with the artistic realm, of course, is going to be very good. When it comes to marriage, it will work well. You guys will travel a lot. I just don't recommend being apart for too long. That could lead to some infidelity. And when it comes to friendships, that works very, very good as well. But just be careful of taking too many risks as if you guys are friends and not getting into too much problems. The most common thing for life path 3s and 5s is that they'll be the type of people that, you know, the kids that you have in the same class and you just have to separate them after a certain year. They're just so bad. That would be life path 3 and 5. You can't really have them together if they're good friends. They'll just be too rambunctious together. Next one I want to discuss is Life Path 3 with Life Path 6. Life Path 6 is part of the Heavenly Triad 3, 6, and 9. These guys work very, very excellent together. Life Path 3 will bring that great energy. Life Path 6 will bring the even more artistic talent and that nurturing capability. The Life Path 3 doesn't really need nurturing as is. They're very stress resilient. Life doesn't really phase them. They're always in a very positive state. Whereas the 6 can still get bothered if their partner is bothered. So when it comes to marriage and so forth, any sort of intimate relation, these guys work amazing because the Life Path 6 for once doesn't have to take care of the other person. The 3 might actually in turn take care of them and view them as the softer person. So it works very well in that respect. When it comes to friendships, that could be very, very good as well. They'll definitely understand each other, going to have the same interests. Only thing is they don't want to spend too much time together, as they both can get caught in the imagination realm and then end up procrastinating. If a Life Path 3 and Life Path 6 have a friendship, make sure you guys do things like go to the gym or do something that you're actually going to be productive doing. Make sure you guys are actually getting things done each day and not just kind of getting lost in your thoughts. Last but not least, of course, then we have business. Business works very well for you guys. Like I said, be disciplined, be militant, get things done, and you'll definitely enjoy the business partnership that you engage within. Next, Life Path 3 with Life Path 7. This is sort of an all or nothing. Life Path 3 is very outgoing and extroverted, whereas Life Path 7 is very introverted and likes to be in sort of solitude. They're private people. The Life Path 3, if it comes to a relationship, will probably be very interested in Life Path 7. Opposites always do attract. But the 7 has a lot of intelligence that's going to entice the 3 as well. And the 3 might bring out in the 7 the whole idea of, wow, like I should be going out more. I should be socializing more. I can really get along with said and said people. So it really helps them when it comes to actually just having a different viewpoint of the world. But if that doesn't take place, that natural chemistry, then it's just not going to work at all. They'll probably be enemies. That's the thing. So it's really an all or nothing. It's either you guys are going to have an amazing relationship or it's going to be completely shit. That's really how it is. Next, we have the business relationship between the 2. 3 and 7, it's not that common that they have a certain viewpoint where they'd work together. Unless they met at each other at a job or maybe some sort of fair or a protest, or it would have to be something where they're doing a hobby and they meet and say, yeah, we have similar interests, we can get into business doing XYZ. But if that's not the case, I don't really see it working in that sense. Friendship-wise, anything could really work when it comes to the life paths, just because you do meet a lot of people. And it would really just ultimately depend on the character to see how that would work from there. Next, we have Life Path 3 with Life Path 8. This one is the most neutral, and it's hard to read sort of relationship dynamic. The Life Path 3 and 8 have a lot in common because they both want power and recognition. Life Path 8 is represented by Saturn, which is of course very structured, restricted, they're disciplined, they're pragmatic, they're not shy, and that's the biggest difference, is they can be very extrovert and group oriented as well, the same way in which the 3 is. So this will entice the 3. The 3 is always attracted to somebody who has a lot of energy, that power, that sort of vigor for life. So it always works very, very well. So what you have here now is, if it's business, the 8 will get agitated with the 3 for the lack of discipline and lack of follow through. The 8s are workaholics. So 8s can just work every single day no matter what, and it won't really mean anything. However, the 3 will get annoyed with the 8's whole ideology of just wanting to work all the time. This can affect both their intimate relation and business relation, because the 3 wants to grind and get famous and have these nice things so that they can have that freedom. Whereas the 8's working just for the sake of the grind. The 8's are the darkness. They just want to powerhouse through life and get as powerful as they can. They don't really have much time for fun. This is why this relationship might be a little bit neutralized. If the 3 can learn to get the 8 out of their whole stiff, restricted sort of manner, then it can work well because they're going to balance each other's components. But if that doesn't take place, then it might be a little bit sticky. Friendship-wise, they can definitely do good together, especially, like I said, for business it can work because the 8 can help manage the 3's business. For friendship, they definitely can help bounce off each other and give each other great energy and great ideas as well. Last but not least is our Heavenly Triad, Life Path 3 and Life Path 9. These guys don't work good. Friendship-wise, they demand too much attention from each other. One's idealistic, the other one's kind of narcissistic. The idealistic one's 9, the narcissistic one's the 3. And the 9's main focus is my idea, my ideology, what my brain's conceptualizing. And then Life Path 3 is about, well, me. I want to be noticed. I want to be famous. I want to be the performer. It doesn't work too well. If they can, I just can't see that working. When you have 3 now with the 9 in a sort of business setting. It can work if they do have the same ideology, and then the 3 will be like the spokesperson, the face of it, the liaison to the public, and then the 9 can be the person in the background doing the actual work. When it comes to intimate relations, it's stiff, it's sticky. It could work, but just be very, very careful and make sure you understand your partner's viewpoint very well. All right, so that does finalize it, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, please just leave it in the comments for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.